Hi everybody, I'm just gonna get right into it. I'm starting with my bare face today, and then we're gonna go in with this Cover FX mattifying primer. I've only used it a few times, really when I want to do my makeup really good, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna go into my T-zone because that's the areas that I get really greasy, like most people. So it's gonna keep it a little more matte for me. Then I'm gonna go in with Makeup Forever Ultra HD, and I'm in Y235, and then the Garnier BB Cream Skin Active in light medium. So this light medium BB cream is actually a little darker than the Ultra HD. So I like mixing the two, and also because I like the thinner formula of the BB cream, and it acts as a sunscreen. So voila! I'm going to dot that all over my face. You can either dot it or take it from your hand on your brush. Either way works. So I'm going to go with this Morphe M439 foundation brush, and I'm going to spray it with the Yes2 Cucumber Spray. I've really enjoyed using this. It kind of helps my foundation look a little more hydrated, I guess, instead of dry, because it's wintertime. It's almost summertime here in Colorado, but my skin has been a little sad. So I'm just gonna buff that in all over the face until you got your whole coverage that you want. And then I'm gonna go in with this Maybelline Fit Me concealer. I'm in the shade Light, and I'm gonna put this in all under my eye in kind of a V or like triangle shape. Kind of thick today because I wanted more full coverage. Then I go on my chin and then highlight the center of my forehead and down my nose, and I look funny. So now I'm going to go in with my Real Techniques Beauty Blender sponge and I'm just going to blend all of this out just perfectly. Just make sure that it's blended out with your foundation and that you can't really see like a line of a lighter color and the tanner color. So this is kind of a close-up of what I look like right after. Yes. And then I'm going to go in with this Morphe M438 brush and this Laura Mercier powder. This is the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I like setting my under eye with this brush because it's a little smaller, so it gets right into my little lines. But after I do that, I kind of go over my eyelids too with it. But then I'm going to take this bigger Morphe brush. I'm going to show you here in a second because I forgot. It's the Morphe E3 brush. So this is kind of just like an all over face powder brush that I use, and then I'm just going to go in and put it all over so that all of my bronzer and blush blends in perfectly, so we're not putting our powdered bronzer on top of our liquid foundation, because it would not look very good if we didn't. So now I'm going to go in with Morphe E34 brush and Hoola bronzer by Benefit. I use this bronzer all the time, and I'm just gonna start carving in kind of a contour shape, but then I'm blending up and just trying to blend it all around so I don't have a super strict contour line, because I usually don't like going for that. So I've been wanting to try this new bronzer because I'm almost out of my Hoola, and my sister has the Physicians Formula buttered bronzer, and it just looks really good. And I saw like Casey Holmes used it and she loved it, and I really want to try it for summertime, because usually my skin looks a little better in summer, so I try and stay with like drugstore products. I'm not sure if that's like logical or not, but I think it is. Oh, 1 second, gotta take a Snapchat. You know how it is. I obviously couldn't make up my mind. Alright, so I'm going in with the Flower blush. I just picked this up from the drugstore a few days ago. It's so pretty. I love it. And then I'm going in with the Morphe E4 brush. It's my blush brush, and I just tap it in because these are really pigmented. and I just kind of brush it lightly across my cheeks and kind of do a tapping motion. It helps blend out the blush the most on my skin. Oh, Maren Morris. So we're going in with the Candlelight eyeshadow primer by Too Faced, and then I'm just rubbing that in to my eyelid. I really like this eyeshadow primer a lot. It isn't really sticky, and honestly, if you could use it as like an eyeshadow. So now I'm going in with this color from my Buxom palette and a Morphe eyeshadow brush. I don't know what this is called, but I will put it in the link below for you guys. So I'm blending in this light brown eyeshadow into my crease and blending it upwards, trying to get a transition shade in there. So here it is on the other eye, just windshield wiper motions. Just don't put, like, if you get it on your whole eyelid, that's totally fine, but just try and keep it up there on your crease and blend it upwards. Alright, so we're going in with the Revealed 2 palette, and I'm not really sure what these colors are called because I got this in a BoxyCharm and it doesn't have the names on them, but this light mauve purple brown shade, I'm going in with that same brush, and I'm buffing this into my crease and not going as high as we were with the light brown. I'm trying to keep it a little more lower, and just kind of keep buffing that in back and forth with windshield washer motions, and these two colors are going to blend together really well. So this is a little close-up of what it looks like with those two colors together. So now I'm going in with this Morphe M433 brush. It's a little more denser of a brush than what I was using. We're going in with this darker mauve color, and we are going to focus this on the outer corner of the eye, kind of like the outer V. So this outside V area, and then I'm also going to bring it in a little bit in my crease and just buff it in there. Try and keep the center of your eyelid clean, the inside part, because we're going to put a shade that's like really sparkly and champagne-y in there. So just try and keep this darker color on the outside in a near V. I then was just blending it a little bit more, and then with the other eye we're going to just do the same exact thing. Alright, I'm just adding some color, trying to make a match and make it a little more darker because it was a little too light for my liking, and then this is what it looks like after that. I'm just going to blend my edges a little bit because we don't want any harsh lines, and we want to combine that lighter brown shade to those. So this is my Sonia Kashuk brush. Don't really know a name for it, it's just an eyeshadow brush, and I go in with this powder from Bella Pierre, and it's a champagne color, and I'm just gonna start packing this on to the inner corner of my eye and blend it in with that darker mauve shade. I've had this color for a few years now. I bought it at a mall in Arizona once, and it's lasted forever, and I really like Bella Pierre's pigments. They are so pretty. So I'm just adding more, making that pigment really sparkly. And there you can see it again. We're going in with this little pencil brush that I got in a BoxyCharm a few years ago, in this darker mauve shade that we used in the corner, an outer V of our eye. And I'm going to just brush that along my lower lash line and try and combine it in that outside corner with my eyeshadow on top. Just keep buffing it out. Try not to make it really dark in the center or the inner corner of your eye. Then we're going to go in with this darker chocolate shade in my Buxom customizable palette, and we're going to take a tight line brush and kind of put this on the only like outer halfway of our lash line to darken it up a little bit. Then I'm taking this very dark brown shade, and as you can see, I already had put this eyeshadow on the top liner, but I didn't realize that I wasn't recording still. So I'm just tapping that and pushing it in to my lash line like eyeliner, but instead I'm just using this brown eyeshadow. I think black eyeliner on me is a little much these days. So now I'm taking this kind of sparkly but not too sparkly shade, and I'm going to pop this in my inner corner of my eye to do a little bit of a highlight. I drag it upwards and inwards on the bottom eyelash to blend it in with the other eyeshadows that we have. So here I'm just doing it on the other eye. Oh, I had an eye boogie that finally came out. Oh my gosh, if you get those too, let me know, because it happens all the time when I'm applying my makeup. So here's a little close-up of all of our eyeshadow all done. I'm going to go in with, oops, I drop everything. This is the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes Mascara. I just got this at Ulta when it was on sale, and I like it so far. I mean, I usually like the comb through brushes a lot more. I use the Benefit Roller Lash a lot. But this one is not bad. I'm growing to like it. Sometimes I use both though still. So there's that with mascara. I'm going with this big Morphe 203 brush in this matte cream shade and just kind of doing a little bit of a highlight on the brow bone. So now we're going in with the Almay Softies eyeshadow, and I'm gonna just build on the eyebrows that I already gave myself. So I make them a little bit longer in the inner corner, and then I build them up. And here I am just singing Maren Morris again because I'm totally obsessed with her album. If you haven't listened and you like country music, I would do it. This is just how I feel after I get my eyebrows on. I feel like alive. Anybody else feel that way? The eyebrows give you life. So I'm just trying to blend out anything, and now we're going to go in with the Becca Jaclyn Hill's Champagne Pop Highlighter, and then I'm using this Morphe brush. It's her favorite highlighter brush, so I obviously have to use it with her own highlight. And we're going to get the upper cheekbones and our temples mostly. And I used a lot of highlight today, and I usually do not use that much highlight, so I was kind of shocked. You'll see here in a little bit, I'm like, oh, wow. I did a lot. So here I'm just kind of highlighting some upper areas that hit the light a little bit more. And there I am. So now we're going with the Sephora lip cream in the color, I think it's like Tea Rose. I'll link it down below. But it's this soft kind of brown pink shade, and it's really pretty, and I feel like it's flattering on everyone, honestly. So we're just going to fill in our lips. You honestly could use any color with this. I look like a pinky color or purple color, but I just felt like doing my Sephora lip cream because I'm obsessed with these now. So that is the final look. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry that I'm babbling on today, but this is your spring tutorial, and I hope that you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Love you guys. XOXO.